Hey y'all, welcome back to Rich Talk, where we're rich in our mindsets, not our pockets. With Nick Rich. So, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? So, what I wanted to talk about practice makes perfect. And I've been seeing like a lot of posts, a lot of videos and stuff. Um, and one that kind of caught my eye was one I seen of a single mother who actually committed suicide, and it really, I don't know, it really did something to me. It really touched me because I know sometimes things is hard and it feels like we won't, you don't have no way out. It's overwhelming. It's just a lot, especially being a single parent. So I totally understand. I'm totally not taking any credibility away from that because it is a lot. But it's just, I don't know, it's just so sad. And sometimes I know it feels like it's the end of the world, but if you just keep practicing, if you keep working on certain things and certain stuff, it'll make things perfect. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen kind of when we expect it to, when we want it to. It just kind of happens over time as things become kind of routine, as things become kind of easier. You start to notice like, okay, and you start to do things over and over, and you did all this practice that is kind of gonna come out perfect. And besides that one example, just in life period with goals and stuff, it's just things are really difficult, things are really hard. And I know it seems like it's no way out, it's not the end of stuff. And I was trying to see more information about that other situation, that first situation that I just mentioned. And it's so difficult. And that's not even kind of one, but it's somewhat similar to like practice makes perfect, because somewhat if she just, kind of try to just stick it out a little bit more. And I can't speak for anybody. I'm not trying to speak for anybody. I'm just giving my opinion on the situation, and just some insights and some kind of encouragement if anybody else is kind of out there and feeling like they can't do it. You can do it. Use all our resources to the best of our abilities. Daycare, asking people for help, taking self-care days, taking days out to do things that you want to do. Taking the baby steps if you have to towards something, just little bits of things, little bits of stuff can go a long way. So besides that, let's say if it was something else that you wanted to start, and it seems like it's not getting anywhere, or it's not coming out the way that you wanted to, or you started it but you feel like you haven't moved anything. The first step is the hardest step to take. So let's get that out the way. So you already took the first step and made the initiative. And as you keep going, as you keep building, you will start to make it perfected in all the kind of ways that you felt like you needed to or you wanted to. And when you get to the end goal, you will notice that, okay, it came out perfect. And even if it didn't come out exactly perfect, it came out somewhat perfect to what you imagined, and sometimes better than you even could have imagined. So when you take those little steps, when you keep doing things over and over, you keep trying, you make certain things a priority, you make certain things that is needed to be done, that's very important and stuff like that, it'll work out for the better, and it kind of will always work out in your favor in a way that it doesn't seem like, at first. It might not seem like that at first, but it kind of always does. And I know that from experience, so that's why I'm saying it'll eventually always work out. It eventually always play out the way you kind of expect, or even better. But it takes practice, it takes time, it takes mess ups, it takes not knowing, it takes having to figure out, it takes messing up it takes doing it a couple times and not knowing what you're doing. It takes not knowing what you're doing. It takes effort and courage to even, put yourself out there and be well aware of that you can be embarrassed, that you can feel a way, that if it doesn't turn out the way you wanted it to, you were strong and you actually had the courage. A lot of people don't have the courage to do a lot of things that they want to do because it's not perfect, and they think that they have to live up to this standard of, oh, such and such is already reached the level. But like who we could say, like Beyonce and Jay-Z and stuff like that, like it didn't happen overnight. I'm pretty sure it didn't come out perfect the first two times, three times, how four or five times they tried to do their singing and their rapping or whatever the case may be, or presenting certain things to people in a certain way wasn't all the way there at first. So they had to, maneuver that, figure that out, and ended up, okay, well, you know what, I got it now. But it took so many trials and tribulations for them to actually get there and stuff. They had to go through the mud, they had to go through the nitty-gritty, and they had to have the courage to put themselves out there. They had to have the focus, they had to have the drive. And I think I've seen on a video interview somewhere where Jay-Z basically was saying that he was in a complex building, and imagine trying to get focused and trying to keep focus and living in an apartment building when it's like 30 different people with stuff going on all around you, and you have to stay focused with, you got like two or three, oh my gosh, you got like two or three different people that are having different things going on. Meanwhile, you're trying to focus on this thing in front of you with so many different little and big distractions around you while you're trying to do it. So it's not gonna come out perfect. It's just not. And many times that you might want it to, the first and second time, it's not gonna come out perfect, regardless of what. So just know it takes time, it takes mess ups, it takes ups and downs, it takes things to mess up, it takes things to go left. It's gonna take that for it to end up coming out the way that you want it to. Okay, so don't feel bad, don't feel down, don't let it get you, upset, don't let it get you sad, because that's kind of what happens to everybody. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of the best. So you're not alone. You're not alone. If you need, help, if you need days off, if you need a break, do that. But just know you're going towards something that you want, and it's worth it. And you are great. You are appreciative of this thing, or the thing that you want and need. And be happy, be proud of yourself, and give yourself a pat on the back for actually having the courage to stand up and keep practicing towards this thing that you really want, because you're gonna have it. You're gonna have it. Okay. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.